What if the future of AI isn't really about giving it better commands, but instead, it's about starting a conversation? Today, we're going to dive into a huge leap in artificial intelligence that does, well, exactly that.
Okay, just think about this for a second. What if you could just describe a goal, and instead of you having to manage every single step, an AI puts together its own team of experts to figure it all out and get it done? Sounds a little like sci-fi, right? Well, that's the core idea we're digging into today.
So how do we actually get there? I mean, it's a huge jump. It means we have to move way beyond the kind of AI most of us are used to. We're talking about a really significant step forward here.
You know what? Let's try an analogy to make this super clear. Most of the AI we use today, it's kind of like a really helpful intern. You know, it can follow your instructions, but you've got to keep a close eye on it. Constant supervision. The leap we're talking about is the difference between that one intern and a whole team of experts. A team that manages the entire project, from start to finish, all by themselves. The jump in capability here, it's just massive.
And the technology that's making this expert team a real thing. It's a new open source framework from Microsoft Research, and it's called AutoGen. It was literally designed from the ground up for one purpose: to let multiple AIs work together to get really complex stuff done. Okay, so who are the actual members of this AI dream team? Well, in AutoGen, they're called agents. Let's go meet them. All right, so what exactly is an AI agent? It's not one of those jack-of-all-trades AIs. Nope, it's much better to think of it as a specialist. Each agent is specifically designed to be an expert in one particular role. Pretty much just like the different experts you'd find on a human project team.
And these roles can get super specific. For example, you can have a coder agent that just writes software. Then there's a critic to review the code for any flaws, a tester to find the bugs, and of course, a project manager agent to coordinate the whole thing. Oh, and this is really cool. There's even a user proxy agent. This one is key, because it basically acts as you in the conversation, constantly reminding the AI team what your original goal was.
But you know, the real magic here isn't just about having these individual expert agents. The truly game-changing part is how they all talk to each other, how they communicate and collaborate.
So here's how it works. It's basically a conversational loop. First, you give it a task. Then, the agents actually discuss and plan out their attack. After that, they execute the plan and review the results. And here's the kicker. They revise their own work based on feedback from each other. They have this internal conversation, getting better and better, iterating towards the best possible solution, all before you even see it.
Okay, theory is great and all, but let's make this a bit more real. We're going to use a simple creative task just to show you how this back-and-forth conversation actually works in practice. So here's the prompt we're giving the team. A nice, straightforward request. It's perfect for seeing how a team of these agents might tackle a creative problem.
All right, so the writer agent takes the first swing at it. It's pretty cute, right? It hits all the main points. We've got a cat, we've got coding, a little bit of humor. It's a decent first draft, but remember, this is a team effort. So let's see what the critic has to say.
And boom, here comes the critic agent. Now notice, it doesn't just say, "This is bad." It gives specific, actionable feedback. The rhythm's a little off, the rhyme is a bit cliché. This right here, this is that collaborative conversation that a single monolithic AI just can't have with itself. It's a game changer. So the writer agent takes that feedback on board, and based on that little chat, it's going to give it another shot. And here we go, this is the final output. Notice the little changes? The rhythm feels better, right? Pause so deft, and the ending, call tall, feels a lot smarter. It even tossed in some extra coding humor with a bug-free call. The final product is just better. It's stronger because the agents worked together and improved on the idea.
Okay, look, a poem about a coding cat is fun and all, but let's scale this up. What does this kind of collaboration mean for solving really, really difficult, real-world problems? This is why you should care. Imagine using an AI team not just to write a few lines of code, but to generate and debug an entire software application. Or think about this. Having them conduct a complex market research study, all the way from gathering the data to writing the final report. You could have agents designing and simulating engineering prototypes, or even drafting and refining super complex legal documents. The potential here, it's absolutely staggering. So all of this, it naturally leads us to a pretty deep, profound question about what this means for, well,
All of us. And it leaves us with this one critical question to chew on. If these AI teams can handle all the complex nuts and bolts execution, what does that leave for us? What's the primary role for human creativity and oversight? Maybe our job shifts. Maybe we focus more on the grand strategy, on genuine creativity, on asking the right questions in the first place. As these automated teams become more and more common, figuring out our side of that human-AI partnership, that might just be our next great challenge.